right, that doesn't work terribly well, but I like the idea. It was a clever idea, at least. Another day, another real world test. Today, if you couldn't tell, we're doing them on the Sony WH-1000X Mark IVs, which I will probably refer to for the rest of this video as just Mark IVs, because that's a ridiculous name. But the point being, I'm going to take these around during my normal day. We're going to check in on the battery after using them for certain periods of time. We're going to check out some of the features and just kind of see how it does. But first, so the headphones have a new feature that can recognize your voice and automatically pause the music.
Can I do the regular, please?
And it can do this for a set amount of time that you can choose, with the minimum being 15 seconds. After that, the music will automatically come back on. Coffee, check. And just want to apologize, as usual, for the royalty-free music that I'm using in here. Such is YouTube. Don't really have a choice. Now, if you are new here, just so you know, the way that I'm getting the audio out of the headphones is I'm actually putting in my microphone inside the ear cup when it's on my head, and that way, at least to some degree, you guys can kind of at least hear what the headphones sound like. Now, besides the voice on and off feature, we do still have the palm on the ear cup to do the same thing that we had from the Mark IIIs. And it turns off as soon as you let it go, which I used to like for when we could all, fly, and maybe I had to order a drink from the flight attendant, that kind of stuff. Now, Sony did, however, add a proximity sensor to these and uses that along with the accelerometer data to tell when you have taken the headphones off of your head. And now, when that happens, it auto-pauses the music. Which is a nice touch, and something I think that is kind of just expected on a lot of headphones nowadays. Overall, we have a lot more ways to get out of the noise-canceling cocoon that these headphones kind of envelop you in. And speaking of, let's test out the noise cancellation and the sound quality here in a relatively quiet outdoor cafe. Another feature that everyone's kind of been bugging Sony for on the Mark IIIs, they finally added to the Mark IVs. And that's the ability to connect to two different Bluetooth devices at once and then seamlessly switch between the two. Now, for me, the most realistic use case for this is that I use these headphones connected to my laptop in order to edit videos, and then whenever I close my laptop, they just seamlessly automatically switch back to my phone, and I can just start listening to music and just be good to go.
Bluetooth device 2 disconnected.
Instead of having to go into Bluetooth settings and even tap anything.
Bluetooth device 2 connected.
And it's a small thing, but honestly, personally, it's something I really like. Okay, and let's check in on the battery with these. Now, instead of doing the time and the battery level like I normally would for, say, a phone, which makes a lot more sense in that case, we're going to use Spotify as kind of just a measurement. So however long I'm listening to music, basically, we'll use that as kind of our metric to judge the battery life. And right now, we're at about 2 hours of listening, all with noise canceling on, and we are at 100% still. But now, let's go somewhere where we can test the noise canceling in a more challenging environment. now that we're in the city, you might as well stop for lunch. And really quickly, let's just talk about the comfort and the styling of the headphones. So honestly, the styling is the same as the Mark III's, and that's not really a bad thing. They're super minimalistic, which is definitely my style at least, and I didn't really have any complaints about the styling in the first place, so we're good. Apparently though, they did add a little more cushioning to the cups and the band, so that might make them just a bit more comfortable for people, and if nothing else, it can't hurt.
Thank you very much.
Okay, really quick, let's check in on the battery. We are now at about 2 hours and 45 minutes of Spotify usage, and we are at 90%. And now, the only way that that makes sense is I believe that this only goes down in increments of 10. So there's no 98, 97, 95, whatever. It's just 100, 90, 80, 70, etc. So as we continue, let's see if that's right. Cold beverage and a sunset. Why not? Not bad for a Sunday. So a couple of things that I've always liked about the Mark III's that I also enjoy here on the Mark IV's are the touch controls. You can swipe forward on them to skip to the next song, swipe back to go back a song, swipe up or down to adjust the volume, and you can double tap to pause and play music, and it's all pretty responsive. Also, something I think that is underrated for a lot of headphones is the fact that these can fold. And they fold to a point where they take up a much smaller footprint than normal, and that helps when I put them in my bag because I don't like using their included case. Okay, let's check in on the battery. We're at about 4 hours of Spotify usage, and we are at 70%, which again, I think goes down by increments of 10. So that's just, we're around 70%. Whew. Okay. One thing I will say against them, if it's hot outside, your ear very melty. Okay, one last test before we call it a night. Bit of an unscientific one, but I want to just try it. Let's see what these sound like if I'm using them to make a call.
Okay, so this is me talking on speakerphone on a device. So here's what that sounds like. And here's what I sound like in the same location with air conditionings and fans and stuff around me outside, but using the Mark IVs.
Okay, we are at about 70%-ish, because again, it does it in increments of 10, it turns out. And we've used about 4.5 hours of Spotify. Now, on top of that though, these have been on all day. I never once turned them off. I think they auto turned off a couple of times after being around my neck, but I've been using them a lot and they've always been kind of connected to the device. So just keep that in mind. Bottom line is though, battery life is pretty darn good. Like the other ones were as well, so I'm not really surprised. I wish that like phones could get to this level where it's just like, you know, a rated 30 hours of battery life. And oh, by the way, these also, you can plug them in for 10 minutes and get apparently 5 hours back, 3 hours to get a full charge. Yeah, maybe one day for phones. But regardless, like the battery life on this is good. And honestly, my phone is about to die. And so I'm pretty sure your phone will die before the headphones ever do. So we're good there. One thing I do want to say though, as a criticism to these headphones, is the price. They're $350, which honestly is right on par with all of the other ones that have this kind of noise canceling, this level of noise canceling, and these types of features. But the thing is that they didn't add that many features. There's a few little things that I really do appreciate, and so for that, I'm a little torn. But what happened though was as soon as these came out, the Mark III's that were already really good, I found them online for about $250 now. So it's $100 more for all those kind of smaller features that I mentioned to get this. So I'll leave a link down below to that and to these headphones if you guys want to check them out. But let me know what you guys think of this video. Again, did a little more vlog-like. Let me know in the comments below what I can do to improve, maybe do a better job of testing headphones in particular, or other things you'd like to see me test. Let me know. Always appreciate it from you guys. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please thumbs up it or share it. It's greatly appreciated. Also, check out the rest of the channel. If you like what you see there, please subscribe and ding the bell next to subscribe so you get notified when I do new videos. As always, though, regardless, thanks for watching.